So a friend of mine has this off-grid washing machine at his place and he's really happy with it, so I thought, why not make this purchase? So the main advantage and the reason that I bought it, it's because it runs on only 200 watts basically. Well, the washing section, the dryer section is like I think 130. I will look it up in the instructions in a second. But what it means is that I can run it with my small solar system that I have on my caravan. And I think it's gonna be a big improvement. Because at the moment I'm just going to, you know, a public washing drying place to get my laundry done, and it's totally doable, but it's quite expensive actually if you think about it. It's like 10 euros a big load, and with this I can basically wash for free. The water is for free, I have it on my land. The electricity is basically for free if you don't count the investment of the solar system, and a bit of washing powder or washing liquid I guess, and that's it. So let's give it a try. Oh yeah, and I'm not super strong, it just weighs 14 kilos, so another advantage. Here it is, exciting. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is not sponsored. I just think it's gonna be a game changer, so let's hope. I just had to check back on my videos. Sometimes I do that just to see if I'm in frame and everything. And I just noticed that I'm like really matching with the color of this washing machine. It's not on purpose, trust me. It's kind of one of my only 3 pants that I have. But I'm not gonna change because, well, who cares really? It's always the most annoying part. I know it's for protection, but it's really hard to get off sometimes. Oh, remember when I did the shed, the metal shed? Well, a lot of those metal, you know, panels had that plastic on it, and it was quite a struggle to get it all off. It's like in between the windows and the... Oh, maybe I can take that off. That's maybe the trick. So I think I figured mostly everything out. There is a small filter that is supposed to go in the... which direction though? Up or down? There you go. And you're supposed to clean the filter every time you use the washing machine, like one cycle basically. So this department is 4.5 kilos big, and the spinning capacity is 3.5 kilos. So a bit smaller than the washing section. Okay, and this is the water outlet, so basically where the dirty water comes out, which I'm just gonna put right here because the land needs irrigation anyways, and I'm using only eco-friendly washing powder. And because I want a bit of warm water to wash, I will just boil up some water on my stove and then pour it in there. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. So I have a typical Lidl bag full of clothes that need to be washed. So let's see how much of this can actually fit into the compartments. Hey Jack! You wanna see? You wanna see? Let's see, Jack. How much does it fit? So I think there's a level right here. I think that's the max, I would assume. Do not look at my dirty clothes. Okay, well, that's perfect. Oops. Oops. first I will add my cold water that I have straight from my water source. Okay, I probably need a second one of this. This is, I think, 5 liters. Before I put the second load of water in, I'll put in my detergent. Oh, do you call that detergent? Well, washing liquid, I guess. A bit of that. I don't know. And then I have those washing nuts still that I just soaked into some water, and I will add that as well. You can reuse those nuts a few times. Okay, more water. Okay. And I think I need another one. That just shows you how much water you're actually using every time you wash clothes. Great reminder. Okay, and now the hot water. Okay, let's start this. So first I have normal clothes, I guess, and then I put the timer on. I think 15 minutes should be alright. It's working. I will check my solar system just to verify that it's really just 200 watts that it's taking. So here you can see the consumption of the washing machine. I have like a base consumption of my inverter of 25 watts, and the rest is basically the washing machine. So something around 300 watts at the peak. Then it's going down again because it's an on and off kind of system. Yeah, so definitely calculate with 300. All right, the 15 minutes are over. The water is dirty, so I guess it does the job. I will go to the next step, and well, first I will have to drain it. So let's do that. There we go. Now the water should come out. And it is coming out. And now I think the official instructions say to put this part, this washed part and the drained part, into the spinner, and then put it again into here and put water in it and let it, rinse one more time. But I'm gonna skip that in between step with the spinner. I'm only gonna spin at the end of it, and I'm just gonna pour the fresh water in here again to let it rinse, and that should do the trick. Well, for me, working on the land anyways. I don't work in an office, so I don't really mind, but it looks clean. The water wasn't too dirty, so I'll just put more water in here, let it run for maybe 3 more minutes, and let the water drain off, and put it then into the new step, the spinner. Nope. Okay, I made a mistake. I forgot to put it on normal and not onto drainage. The water went right through. Oh well, I have more here. There you go. Alright, I'm making those mistakes so you don't have to. And now let's put it back on 3 minutes. Okay, it's finished. Let's drain it off. Oh yeah, let's check the filter. They said to rinse the filter every time. Oh well. Barely anything in it. So I guess my clothes weren't that dirty after all. So there's a bit less space in there. Let's see how much fits in here. I might do the towel separately. I think that should be good. Then you place this thing on top, squish it down, I think. That's how they showed it, at least. Put this on. All right, let's do this. Let's start 3 minutes. Oh my god, okay. Well, it's not super dry. Was that too much in there? I can still like squeeze it out with my hand, so maybe it was too full. Was it too full? Okay, let's do this one more time. A little bit less, just to see the difference. Ah, it was too full. There you go. And then I can just also leave it by itself. It's not like swinging around like it just did before. And let's check out the consumption here. Remember the 25 watts consumption of my inverter. So we are around 200 watts for the spinner. So a bit more than indicated. Okay. All right, this is dry. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so it was too full the first time. So I just have to do, I think, 3 loads of the dryer. For like 1 load of washing, I guess. Smells clean. The fact that I have to spin 3 times is actually not that bad because in the meantime I can just hang my clothes. Obviously, it's always a luxury to have a real washing machine, but in my case it's quite a nice in-between solution, I think. So I think in terms of cleanliness, it did its job for sure. I think next time I will use the delicate option though for washing, because I've noticed that some of my clothes are not ripped, but I see that they seem to be more used than usual, or maybe that's just because I'm paying more attention now, I don't know. But yeah, I will give it a try because I can imagine that long term it will maybe damage my clothes if I don't do the delicate option, although those are not delicate clothes, but that might be better in terms of longevity. But otherwise I'm happy. I can really recommend this. I mean, the only downside is that you have to fill up the water and, you know, change the departments. The consumption is incredibly low. It's a great option for anybody living, you know, with their own solar system or, you know, in a camping in-between solution. There are some fluffs here and there, I guess because the clothes rub on each other, and then there's like some bit of lint happening. Again, not a big deal, but I think it also depends on the type of clothes I guess you have. But mostly I just have like cotton. So all in all, I can really recommend it. Obviously you have a few more steps than the normal washing machine. And yes, keep in mind that in my case I noticed it was more than 200 watt for the washing compartment. It obviously could also be a slight difference on my app, but I wanted to share it with you just in case you have only 300 watts from your inverter. And that might be not enough, because I noticed I needed 350 at times, depending on, you know, if it just started or it was spinning for a bit. So yeah, keep that in mind. So if you're interested, check out TecTake. That's where I bought it. But I also found there are different products from different brands which look similar. I decided for this brand because my friend had bought exactly this model and was happy with it, so I trusted his opinion. And yeah, there you go. A bit of a different video than usual, but I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe that's a really helpful video for people that want to live off grid, or, you know, need a solution for camping purposes or whatever needs. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.